What's up, guys? A while back, I'd asked all of you guys on my social media platforms if you could ask me one question about my life, my music, whatever, what would it be? And that was for today's video, a Q&A. I've been wanting to do one for a long time, but I guess I just thought that like there wouldn't be enough people that would care enough to ask me questions or something. But you guys actually asked a lot of questions. There were a lot of questions that were really similar, so I either kind of tried to combine them into one question or I just picked one of the two because they were the same. Anyway, let's get started. Jessica asks, when did you start singing? As far as performing and stuff like that, I was probably 9, I think, 8 or 9. As far as when I discovered I liked singing or when I started trying to sing, I was like 2. I had one of those little plastic toy microphones that like echoed your voice back to you, and I would run around the house with it. And yeah. Michael asked, who inspired you to begin your music career? My mom helped a lot, I think, just because she also had the same aspiration growing up, and she had a little bit of experience with the music industry, things like that. But I think it was just kind of something that I decided I wanted to do at a certain point, just because I loved it so much. And as soon as I kind of found out it could be a career option, I don't know, that's what I wanted to do. Side note, sorry if you hear my dishwasher totally running in the background, but your girl's gotta have clean dishes. Mark asks, if you could choose any artist to play with, alive or dead, who would it be? I really don't know. I've never thought of this, and I'm horrible at answering these types of questions. I just feel like it's like an ultimatum, and I don't like ultimatums. But the first one that pops into my head is probably Garth Brooks. Just Garth Brooks. Clifford asked, what's your favorite song? I'm really horrible at answering these types of questions. One of my favorites as far as just the memories behind it is The Dance by Garth Brooks. Apparently we're on a Garth Brooks theme here. Alan asked, what is your purpose, or what kind of service to others do you give? I would have to say my purpose is to try to help others through the music that I write, and just to let them know that they're not alone when it comes to feeling whatever emotions they're feeling or whatever situation they're going through in life. Music has helped me through a lot in life, and if I can be one of those people that creates the music that helps people, I'm good. Roger asks, what song throughout history do you wish you had written? One of them, as far as what's kind of out there right now, is probably Marry Me by Thomas Rhett. And as soon as I heard it, it sucked me in, and then I got to that hook line, you know, it seemed all cute and nice and whatever, and then it hit that hook line at the end of the chorus, and it just punched me like right in the gut, and I was like, God, like, why didn't I write this? Jim asked, when you're not performing, what other artists do you listen to that we wouldn't think you do? I actually don't really listen to country music on a daily basis. Right? Like, did your brain just explode? Well, I shouldn't say that. It depends on the day. Some days I am rocking out to country music, but most days I just listen to a mix of things. Blink-182, I really kind of like alternative rock kind of stuff, but I also like pop music. Actually, I listen to a lot of different music that's not country at all. Mike asked, which celebrity made the biggest impact on you? As far as how I would love to kind of model my career and hold myself as a person and within the industry, I really love how Carrie Underwood has handled her career. And you know, some people might give me flack for this, but Taylor Swift, I mean, girl is like a marketing and business genius. Her team is ridiculous, and things that she has done has certainly made an impact on me in the way that I would like to run my own company and my own brand. So there's that. Colin asked, this is a really serious one. When you eat waffles, do you just drizzle the syrup or make sure every square is filled? Let me ask you this, Colin. When you put your shoes on in the morning, do you only put on one shoe and then leave? Obviously, I fill every single square because there's some part of me that probably is partly OCD and every square needs to be filled. I mean, are you really properly eating a waffle if you don't fill every square with syrup? Just saying. Di asked, or D, sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's just D-I. Similar to who inspired me to begin my music career, her question was, what artist got you into music? I think that would probably just have to be what my parents listened to growing up. Like George Strait, Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, Shania Twain, and then on the flip side there was also Celine Dion and Heart and Pat Benatar. But as far as who I would kind of try to emulate the most when I was younger, probably Martina McBride. Rita asked, who have you sang with that you would love to sing with again? I don't know, honestly. Probably just one of my friends. I have so many friends that are independent musicians like myself, and they're so freaking talented. And I think they deserve to be heard. Matt asked, I love this one. When you're performing a song you know so well you could do it in your sleep, what are you really thinking about? I'll be honest with you, if there's a television in the venue, I'll aimlessly watch the television sometimes. I'll like space out and be like, oh, they have Friends on the TV right now. I'll be coming up with these dream scenarios in my head of like being in like this huge venue with this huge crowd and they're all singing the words back to me, or I'll think about what am I gonna meal prep this week? Like, it really could be anything. It depends on the day, but I do. There are certain songs where it's like, I've done the song so many times, I don't even have to think about it, and I'm having this like whole other train of thought conversation with myself in my head while I'm performing this song, and no one would even know. Jane asked, how old were you when you realized you could sing? I kind of started showing interest in singing and would run around and try singing at like 2 years old. But as far as figuring out when I could actually do that, it was probably around 7 or 8, not long before that first performance that I did in front of all of those people. We have kind of a speed round. Brendan asked all of these questions, and I love that he kind of did like a speed round of really random questions. So we're just gonna shoot through these. Hamburgers or veggie burgers? Hamburgers. I don't think I've ever actually eaten a veggie burger. Totally not opposed to it. Some of them actually look and smell really good. I've just never really had one. Puppies or kittens? Both, because I just love animals, but I'm a super dog person, so puppies. Manicures or pedicures? Pedicures, because I play guitar and manicures never actually last. Tigers or lions? Or bears? Oh my. No, lions. Favorite flowers? I like hydrangeas, which is really random, but I really like tulips. I actually kind of prefer tulips to roses. Just, I don't know why, just like the feel of them, and they're so fresh and airy and just happy looking. I don't know, not that roses aren't, but I don't know. Favorite season? Fall. Fall all the way. Call me basic if you want. It's not because of that. I just like the weather in fall and the earth looks really pretty. Favorite place to travel? I've been to London. London was amazing. As far as just general places, I really like places with like mountain ranges, and like I would love to go to like the Swiss Alps and out to Yosemite and things like that. What's your favorite Disney movie? Technically I could say one of the new Star Wars movies. Is Mary Poppins a Disney movie? I can't remember. If it is, then Mary Poppins is probably #1 because I watched that movie nonstop as a kid. What did you want to be when you were 7? I think pretty much my entire life I have said a singer, a singer, a singer, like first and foremost. There was a little bit of a phase where I would sit there and say, probably around the time of like 7 to 10 years old, where I would sit there and say, if for some reason I can't be a singer, I want to be a chef. Or I think it was between a chef and a lawyer were my 2 other options. Favorite holiday? Christmas. Marvel or DC? Marvel. DC lovers, don't kill me, because I love them both equally. I really do, but I really like Iron Man. So, favorite film? As a kid, Mary Poppins. Now, there's a couple. Again, I'm really horrible at these questions, but there's a couple. I like, as far as series goes, Star Wars, obviously, Harry Potter, Fast and Furious, because cars. I think we can all agree that The Devil Wears Prada is a classic. I'm all over the place with the movies. I can never pick just one movie or song. Ticklish feet, yes. Your music idol. I don't really know who I particularly idolize, per se. Again, going back to who I really respect for how they've handled themselves in their career and how they've gone about everything. I mean, Garth Brooks, Carrie Underwood, Martine McBride, Reba. All those people all over again. Favorite type of food? Barbecue. Hands down, barbecue. Or just breakfast food. I love breakfast. I'll eat breakfast for dinner any day. Favorite sports? Hockey. I enjoy watching hockey the most. And then probably football. American football. I played soccer as a kid, but I don't really watch it, like, ever. And dancing. I actually still dance to this day. And anyone who tries to say dancing isn't a sport, you're wrong. You're just wrong. Favorite book? Right now, I'm actually kind of more into inspirational, informative type books. So right now I'm reading, I think it's called Girl, Wash Your Face. I forget the author's name right now, which is horrible, but it's really, really good so far. Do you like magic? Yes, if it's done well. I'm a very factually based person, as in, it's not that I'm a skeptic per se, but I don't know, I like, you know, doing my research before I form an opinion, or really trying to figure out the facts before coming to a conclusion. So I guess I can sometimes tend to be more skeptical when it comes to watching a magic act or something like that, as far as trying to figure out how they're doing what they're doing. But if it's a good enough magic act and I'm left like mind blown, I'm like, this is the best thing ever. Okay, and then the last question Brendan had that wasn't part of the kind of rapid fire was, what's the best surprise you've ever experienced? As far as a surprise that I did for somebody else, it wasn't necessarily my surprise to experience, but I threw a conjoined birthday party. My parents' birthdays are 2 weeks apart, and one was turning 60, one was turning 55, and I threw them a big surprise party, and that was like one of the best things I've ever experienced when it comes to surprises, and it was so much fun. As far as a surprise that I've experienced, it's probably either my boyfriend buying me my keyboard for my birthday, or it was when a song that I had recorded and kind of halfway released to internet radio and things like that back when I was, I think, 16, actually charted over in New Zealand. That was super surprising and really, really cool. All right, guys, so I think that is good for today's Q&A. I don't want to make this video too long because I probably babble too much, but I hope that gives you a little bit more of an insight to me, to my life, to kind of what's going on with my music and what kind of got me into music. But if you have any other questions you'd like to ask me, I would be more than happy to make another Q&A video sometime in the future. So feel free to comment below if there's anything else that you'd like to ask or you would like to know, and make sure to subscribe and press that bell notification so you know when I post new videos. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I will talk to you all soon, and here's to a good start to 2019. Bye. Do it.